Right, so welcome if you're new and hello my hashtag oldies. This isn't going to be a long video, I know I say it all the time, but it really isn't. And if you hear rustling about, my wee doggy pal is all cozied up beside me, aren't you? You're just having a wee visit, and then tomorrow we'll have a big visit. So that's why I've got my baby voice on. Um, right, so this is a dream that I actually had. So wait a minute, if today's Wednesday, so this is a dream that I had Monday night going into Tuesday. And so yeah, Monday night during the night, I felt yeah, hello, I'm there. Hello, I'm here. I felt very sick. Like I'm talking, wanted to spew, and I never get like that. And I could feel my guide saying it was collective energy. It was to do with the full moon today because I was experiencing things. I experienced things before they actually happen. Um, and to to warn people basically if they're going to go through the same thing. So again, anybody can experience the full moon. But I specifically then was getting downloads that I feel this is about an inner union, physical unions taking place for some people. Like it's what happens before the actual reunion or union. You start to feel, you know, a range of different emotions, physical sensations. But again, that was like a really not so nice bit because it was horrible. And then, as you'll know, if you saw me saying all of the, sorry, I'm trying to hold the phone and pet her at the same time. All of Tuesday basically. I'd say from like Tuesday lunchtime right to when I went to sleep after Love Island about, I don't know. Well, I went as soon as it finished, so like 10ish. But I felt I was awake till like midnight. So basically like a good 12 hours I felt physically sick. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with me. It was just it's energetic, so because I feel great today. Um but I feel it's linked to this dream that I had on Monday night. So I'm gonna, because I wrote loads of notes, so I'm gonna relay it the best I can. But I feel it's either a warning or an omen for things that divine masculine are in now, male or female. Could be some divine feminines, but I feel if you went through this at all, you would have already went through it. Um. So, right, I don't need to go into every detail, but what it was like I was having a nightmare, and then in the nightmare, I realised I was in a lucid dream. So then I was able to change it because that's what a lucid dream is. Because I was like, wait a minute, why are you here? And I've heard dreams like this before, but this one was interesting because like the karmic person showing up was like literally somebody that like featured in my life for like 2 seconds, but I know why they were using that example because it feels like someone that's like fleetingly in your life, but you could get caught up in a bit of an illusion because long and short of it was that's what happened to me. And what I realised was I was like, wow, when they were talking to me about why this was relevant, because I'll probably just read the notes, I worked out that was kind of like the last sort of, I don't know, like confusion I was in before I was like I'll say reconnected with my twin flame again. And I remember there was like I was in a club and like basically like my twin flame was there and this other guy that I'd like, just it was like it was like a weird crush. But again, it's like you basically that's this. I don't like talking about stuff like this, but they're making me because it means that could be happening to some of the divine masculines now as well. Where yeah, confusion, illusion, tricks, whatever. But right, so but basically, I remember there was a point for me where it was just crystal clear to me who my twin flame was, and like I must stress, like this other guy wasn't. I just looked at 418 as well union. This other guy wasn't like a big karmic or anything. I wouldn't even refer to him as a karmic energy because it was like nothing. But it was, it was something in the sense that in if I rewound back time, again, I couldn't really tell you where my twin flame was. There were periods of times where we just wouldn't bump into each other, and like I said, it's probably going to be, I looked at 444 and I saw 444 in the reg play earlier, I posted in the community tab. There were periods of times where, yeah, we wouldn't bump into each other, but like I said, reflecting, it's probably going to be when he's had a girlfriend or at one point when we knew each other, he was away travelling. But yeah, the other times would have been when he's other girlfriend, right? So basically, because like I said, right, so because I worked out this was like 15 years ago, and then I was like, oh, you're right enough. It was 15 years ago that I pinpointed, was like from that moment, and there was a load of different synchronicities that led me to knowing he's my twin flame, because that word wasn't a big buzzword, back then. But so what I mean is, prior to that, because I've known mine over 20 years, 22 years, I did always know there was a strong connection, but I just didn't know what was going on. And also, I was, they were talking to me about this when I was walking on the beach earlier. It was like, I did have moments of being like, feeling like he was the temptation or he was forbidden, because he's like, the guy that you get the hot one night, with, or like, quite a few times. And then, but you don't get your heart set on him, he'll break your heart, kind of thing. So again, it goes both ways for the masculine. The masculine can look at the feminine like that, like, oh, they're the one-off sort of thing, but you don't get your heart set on them. You know what I mean? That's how it's all designed. So anyway, I'm going to read the notes here. So I've wrote karmic trickery or nightmare astral spells, because I do feel like it was like some kind of confusion, illusion, energy trying to come at me in the dream time. But like I've said before, they can't really do that to me, because I just take what happens and then use it as a message for the collective. And I feel, that's sometimes how they give me my vibes. I really want to feel the camera on her. She looks so cute. But I can't, because she's not my dog. Again, her owner wouldn't really mind, I don't think. But nah, I'm not going to honor it. So I've put here, using attraction, but you will know, because the actual person's beliefs and morals clash big time with yours. It won't make sense, basically. It won't make sense why this person is showing up in your dreams, because if you are having a livid dream, I might be relevant. Watch your temper, livid. If you're having a lucid dream, you'll be like, right, I might have initially been attracted to you at some point, but then I realised you're not my cup of tea. Like, why are you in my dream? Whether you're male or female, whether they're male or female. So it feels like a warning to slow down, because that Venus retrograde comes in on the 1st of March, and we're already in the pre-shadow. So things like this can happen in your dreams, but things like this can happen in your real life. People could come back from your past that it's a test. So do you know the difference between your twin flame, the person you want to come back, and a karmic energy coming back, So, and then I've put 2 of Wands yesterday, choice of 2 paths. So yeah, it's because I pulled the 2 of Wands the day before, so it must have been on the Sunday. And that can be about, do I go down this road or that road? So like I said, this could be where someone was in the past, or it's now. And again, even if this just helps one person, male or female, divine feminine, divine masculine, then my job is done. It's just, if I don't put the message out now, I'll forget, kind of thing. Exactly where I was at one point was a total trick, felt sick. So what does that mean? Oh, right, I think I've put felt sick, because I literally felt sick when I woke up, and then I felt sick all the next day. So they could just be really trying to tell me a very strong message of somebody that's actually been hoodwinked like this. Like, you've been taken in, thought somebody was, somebody they were in, and then you realise, oh my God, like, we've got nothing in common. Again, the example they used to me is, I'm going to use that toxic term that I don't like, but I'm doing it in a jesty way. It's not that deep. Like, it actually really wasn't that deep with the situation they used for me, because I see too far ahead. Like, so like I said, I might be pulled in by somebody's looks, but then I'm like, literally nothing, none of your beliefs, morals, values match mine at all. And also, I was close to being like, it doesn't matter where my twin flames at, I can't run from this, he's the one that I want, kind of thing. So I was completely lost in that. Oh yeah, so that I have wrote, though, I was completely lost in that a couple of years, and it was only like a couple of years, but it was a couple of years prior to 100% knowing who he was to me. So that's important too. I feel some of the divine masculine in particular, or some divine feminines, I'd say, that went through at the same time as me. I think some divine feminines went through the exact same timeline, where, yeah, you just get, it's like you get pulled I wouldn't say off the path, but you get distracted, and it's because your twin flame's been distracted and you're mirroring them. Like you're mirroring each other. Oh God, right, I've wrote down name jumped out on a film, trick to confuse. Yeah, and so that's true. Like there was a name jumped out at me when I was watching a film the night before, and I thought, why is that name jumping out at me? And I thought it must be someone in the spirit world. And this is how non-significant it is in my life. Like I didn't think for a second, like I didn't think of this person that I, had a, again, I wouldn't even, I can't even say had a thing or a fling or anything. It was really nothing. But but what it did remind me of it was I've worked with someone in the past where their twin flame was actually that name. So, but yeah, it's just to trick you and confuse you. And again, they can't do that to me because I know who my true twin flame is. So just pay attention, because those of you that are not as familiar with the twin flame path, mostly divine masculines, but even some divine feminines, you can get tricked. So just be aware. I woke up. Oh yeah, so this is, look at here. Look, I'm glad I wrote all this down. I wrote all this down at like 6 in the morning. Like when I woke up yesterday, I woke up and I said, "Fuck." Right, I did. I shouted out loud, like not shouted, but I said quite like "fuck," and then I wrote, "I was under some weird illusion for a while. Twin flame was out of picture somewhere because showed a real memory of crystal clearly seeing the difference between a karmic and a true twin flame. The feeling hit me like boom. It was 15 years ago, around the April. Then by the May, I knew 100% through different synchronicities, one of which I had just over the weekend. Oh yeah, I can't tell you what that's about. Oh my God, I've said that 11:44, but I'm keeping that for myself because that is literally such an amazing synchronicity of what led me to work out who my twin flame was. That'll be something I write about one day. And I also had a synchronicity like that just over the weekend. I can't tell you that either. And then I even had a really wow one last night. Can't tell you that either. But I'm keeping note of it all because it was kind of like mind blowing. So the point is, although I can't tell you what my synchronicities were yet, you could be having things like this too, just like undeniable. Why is that sock dirty? I've literally just put them on. God knows. So that could have some kind of symbolic meaning. I have no idea. Getting your feet dirty, I don't know. In the dream, oh yeah, this is really hard to explain. In the dream, I was filming October, so yeah, again, it was a dream, but from what I can remember, right, I was like filming a video, and it was specifically October, so I feel this could be linked back to, like one of the transits. It was either Neptune or Uranus that went retrograde in October. I didn't check that, but it's one of them. Like 2024, I mean. And then, they just went direct. And so I feel like this could specifically be like people that have been getting to know somebody from like that around that time last year, or just, being with them and then suddenly seeing what they're really like now. Unless this was about the past. But in the dream, right, I was filming October, and basically I've put like this guy started, like he came in the scene and was cozying up to me, like looking the part, right? And it was like Love Island, so it's obviously mixed up me watching Love Island. It was like, it looked the part, but I've wrote until it turned into a lucid dream where I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it you? Where's, Twin Flame? And then I've put October was Neptune Uranus went retrograde until recently, a trick or illusion, 6 months significant, or possibly even 2 years. So, again, if this doesn't make sense to you, it's not yours, but it is for someone. So what have I put here? Me almost forgetting about that period of time is symbolic of the masculine not wanting to talk about it, because I don't like to either, because it's true, because I always sometimes even forget I was like that, because it was so long ago. But it's all just to run away from the pain of the twin flame journey. Especially because, like I said, I wasn't even really too sure where he was. Like that was kind of, it wasn't so much we weren't talking, he wasn't on my radar. It's like the analogy of Grace. Oh yeah, in Love Island, good looking, but that's it. He became unattractive. Yeah, so that's about that other guy. But again, there's quite a few of them I could link back to over the years where it's like when I've said before that, like, because of my Venus, and Venus in his Aries now, remember, like I can attract guys that I think are good looking because looks are in the eye of the beholder, but I can typically good looking, you know what I mean? Like I'll think they're hot and other people will, but there's always some kind of catch. Like they're either with somebody. In some cases, I've had people that are in serious commitments try it on, and it's like I said, it goes against my values, morals, and beliefs. That other guy I'm talking about there, he actually was single, but like I said, yeah, I was like, nah, like this guy's trouble, and not even in a fun way. Right, so what have I wrote? It's the exact same thing that happened with my big karmic. I woke up from a nightmare. That was just a longer spell. Yeah, that was. It was like I woke up to a past life thing. Mirroring can happen years later because this was 15 years ago, which is why I'm a good teacher, because I've literally never heard anyone explain that part because most public twin flames don't have that much experience. Ooh, that's clear getting sassy. It's true though, it is true. Like I've never seen anyone explain it that way, and it is the truth what I wrote. Notice I said public because I know that there are some people that have been on the journey a long time, but not everyone is, want to talk. What noise? Also, why I've been on the receiving end of jealousy and mistakes when I've put my ego aside to get help from less experienced. They reminded me of yet another different one who disappeared when she made a mistake about who her divine masculine was. Yeah, that's, again, I like to do it from a teaching perspective and I keep everything anonymous, but it is true. Like whenever like this was years ago in the past when I have thought, right, I like that person's energy, I watch their general readings, I'm going to book something. Sometimes I've had good experiences and sometimes not so good. And like I said, and I have been able to recognise when people are jealous or envious when they realise, oh, you've got way more experience than me. Which is quite shit, isn't it? It shows that, but it's like everyone's got a shadow and it's when people are threatened. Good experiences too. And also that one that I'm thinking of, like I said, I completely forgot about that girl, but she disappeared again for ages, and then I just thought she popped again. Nice girl, but she was a bit shitty towards me. Anyway, so good experiences too. One who recognised, oh yeah, so I've wrote about, there was one who recognised my old soul and said she felt honoured to have connected with me. She was a Reiki master and a gentle. So yeah, both those girls were younger than me, like a lot younger. But I've had experiences with people similar ages, and older actually. But yeah, that girl was lovely. She was like, God, I feel really, yeah, I feel honoured to have connected with you. And like I said, I booked with her. And she disappeared too. It's like I said, I've connected with people that they come on and off like YouTube. It's weird. So more bad experiences. One said, oh yeah, wait a minute, I don't think I need to go into all of this. I've mentioned these ones before. Maybe they want me to though. I've put here, one said, yeah, one basically said how long it was going to be, right, until I'd be with my twin flame. And I'm not saying how long it was, but it was a long time. Nobody can know that. Also said I'd have a couple of kids to someone else. Well, I'm not seeing where they are, and I'm getting on a bit now, so I'm not going to really be wanting a couple of kids. You know what I'm saying? One told me more serious stuff. I won't repeat, but that fucked me up. Yeah, that's true. But I've wrote here, but the same one also gave me downloads I needed, so I forgive the experience. Another told me all divine masculines are narcissistic. And she's also one of the ones that tried to trick her viewers into believing someone was her twin flame and she knew that he wasn't, so she fucked up her, Anyway, this you can tell it's a Leo full moon with this drama. These were years ago, by the way, so ones I felt were bad. I actually feel it was the truth, but hurt to hear. Yeah, that was an experience I had where I got a recorded reading and I was like, the whole thing made me feel sick. And I thought, oh, someone's done black magic, right? And I kind of held judgment about it, but I did say to the women, like, I feel somebody's like done black magic, over me or you, and it's affecting the dream. But actually, in hindsight, I do actually think that reading was like, I think the woman was reading real time energy, and I just kind of didn't want to hear it. Didn't, denial, whatever you want to call it, it just didn't. But I think something tells me in the future I'll find out that was true. It wasn't too juicy, like it was just, yeah, it was just basically picking up on somebody that wasn't awake. Because actually, it was, as much as I'm saying it was stuff I didn't want to hear, it was just all the same that, like, this is like the love of a lifetime, true love, a little bit. It's like whether this person's going to do anything about it is another thing. Moral of the story, all those experiences are why I have a depth of experience teaching, as I actually received too. Yeah, many healers I introduced to being a twin flame, some of which became well known. That's true too, keeping that anonymous too, but it is true. You should never give predictions on timelines because it's people's lives and you don't know. General's different. Yeah, general's different. You can do it in general reading because it's not personal, but in personals, you just don't know. Everyone's on a different timeline. That's why I say it all the time. Side note, I feel finances are being, I feel there's like abundance coming in for a lot of divine feminines. I feel you're clearing a lot of debt, and or you will be in the future. And I feel, yeah, it could be getting sorted out for both twins if it was a problem for us. Anyway, all that being said, I don't know if I'll, it's 1414, I don't know if I'll even pull a card, but let's just pull one. What do we need to know about all of that for a feminine, masculine's feminine side? No, I know you're going to bark because you heard that dog. No. 8 of Wands. So look, oh look, how interesting. I've not seen this card before. House sold. So somebody could have just sold the house. Could be stuff going on with homes. Something like that. But the 8 of Wands is typically about fast communication, fast travel. And then look how there's a dog in that card too, and she's barking. That's weird. And like I said, I wasn't meant to be looking after her today. It was just the owner needed a quick favour if I was about, and like she's no bother, so, and I wanted to keep her for a bit, so I was just hey, because we're pals. Yes, you're my soulmate doggy pal, but I don't get to keep you. Just have a wee visit. Wait a minute, I'll show you your eye. I'll show your head. There you go. Say hello. Because really, that could be any dog. Right, the masculine. So again, either you're going through things like this, house moves, or fast travels coming in towards you, I feel, something like that, whatever. Communication, arrows of love too. Of course, arrows of love, and it's Valentine's Day in a couple of days. That's what the 8 of Wands is as well. What have we got? Oh yeah, the masculine is fed. This is tip card is typically fed up, bored, done. Also kind of funny, I was just at the beach too, but I'm at the beach most days if I'm outside. Yeah, it's in reverse. The masculine is no longer willing to stay stuck, bored, and discontent. They're doing something about it. Sending the arrows of love. Because they're in, wow. Because they're in loveless relationships. 2 of Wands and, 2 of Wands I mentioned. 2 Cups in reverse. Bored of false unions. They're going towards true love. I think this is masculines realising the difference between true love. And again, look at the example I gave. Although, like I said, it's a bit of a weird one, it'll make sense to someone. For me, it was just, I knew what they were saying to me. It was like, although when I woke up from that, I was like, God, that's crazy. Like, I can't believe I got caught up in some like really weird crush. But it was like, that happened a few times on my twin flame journey. And it was always when like my twin flame was involved with somebody else. It was like, no, it didn't, it happened a few times, but it only happened a few times up until this, like 15 years ago. Like, it hasn't happened, basically it hasn't happened for 15 years, but prior to that did. That's why I always say 15 years, you know, because from that moment on, I couldn't kid myself on, whereas that's not the case. I've spoke to loads of twin flames where they continued, like the divine feminine continued to kid themselves on, and I just didn't, you know. Doesn't mean I haven't had people coming on to me and stuff, but it's just that I never done about it, because it's just, I'm not interested, you know what I mean? And by the way, what I mean is, that's complicated, isn't it? Because it was like, I've always known who he was for 15 years, but then because he was going silent on me and going off in other places, I would have still, for a period of time after that, you know, if I fancied someone on a night out or something, like kiss away again. I never even used to do that, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's, and then I would say, well, I suppose it was a pandemic put a stop to all of that completely. But I was already getting to that point where, like I said, whenever I did go the whole way with somebody, it just made me feel sick. Nothing against them, it's just the twin flame journey. So anyway, right. Don't need to tell you that, but in case you're interested, gift. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. So I feel this is part of it. I feel like, you know, when I share, which might seem like TMI, it's because I feel it's going to help a lot of feminines and masculines understand these weird things that happen to you, especially because I'm one of the one that is like so devoted to my twin flame. It might be interesting to hear that, you know, there have been periods in my life where I tried to trick myself. Divine timing, trust in divine timing, love arrives when it's meant to. Love it. Wow, oh my god, and that is so Leo full moon. Today, celebrate the love you share with those who matter most. Wait a minute, let's get like that. Gifts, yeah. Look, that is fast travel, fast communication. So, because remember, this is when it happens, and for everyone, celebrations happen, unions happen in divine time. But Leo full moon energy, it's given Leo full moon energy. Take your power back. You're giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should only depend on you. Yeah, spend time, focus on you. Like I said, I'm spending Valentine's with me and my wee Dougie pal here. Hey, me and you, hen. And then before you know it, reconciliation. Someone from your past is or will be returning to your life. Three of Wands in reverse, so something could be getting slowed down. Probably karmic. Yeah, karmic interference. Yeah, look, 10 of Wands, put your burdens down. Notice the people that are trying to slow you down. That's the card from yesterday as well in the shorts. There's the Four of Cups again. That's what the masculine got. Nervous about change. Nervous about change. That's... God, the wording on this is so specific. Yeah, masculines are nervous about change, but they're making the changes. Yep, because it's the completion of a cycle. Rewards, expansion, destiny, the world. Do you know what's so special about that? Look at the quote that I used in the community tab. I said something about challenges and rewards, and to be fair, it's not mine. It was on an advert for Taekwondo or something random like that. But right, beautiful. I'll leave that at that, and I'll see you in the live in a bit. See you later.